My name is Hannah Gomes, and I am the Community and Events Manager at INFRA. So I coordinate all of our educational opportunities as well as our events, which stem from smaller networking events, workshops, education events, to our larger annual conference. INFRA is a purchasing cooperative for independently owned natural and organic grocery stores. So in addition to the monetary benefits of collaborating with other businesses, we also provide educational and networking opportunities. Our annual conference is primarily funded by our vendor partners and sponsors. We have a lot of different constituents who play into this event. So we have our sponsors who make a big splash and, they make this show possible. We have an education day, a full education day. So we're working with speakers, and that's where our attendees come in. So we have our member attendees. These are the store staff and store owners. And then we have a full day of tabletop buying show. So then we bring in a whole nother 700 people for a trade show, basically. So they bring in their booths and they're selling product, talking with our members. The way we used to do badge printing was a mail merge into a Word document, and then we would print that in office, and it took many iterations and a lot of paper and a lot of ink and a lot of hours just to even test to make sure we have the branding looked on the name tag, things like that. So that was maybe like the week before. We would spend 3 full days just, testing printing to make sure the badges looked how we wanted. And that's before we even loaded in the user data. So 2023 was a learning experience. It's our first time having badge printer on site. But in 2024, we knocked it out of the park. We got really cool, firm plastic lanyards. We color coded them because we have 3 different main attendee types. So, sponsors, the exhibitors, and then our attendees. And so we were able to have different colored badges so people could see you from across the room if you're someone who they need to talk to, if you're a retailer. The attendee would come to the conference and go up to our check-in desk where they would either register if they hadn't done so before. So that was something we had never been able to do before, is register someone on site and then get all that data on the back end of things. So register or just check in either with their QR code from their confirmation email, or they could just look up their name because not everyone remembers to bring their QR code. And then the badge would print up on the little screen. They would check it over, make sure it looks right, print right there. We would clip on the lanyard for them, get them their swag items. We have a little water bottle, a notebook, and then hand over badge and everything else fun right over to the person, and then send them up to the conference. With getting the on-site badge printing from EventMobi, we also have an on-site badge staff person that comes with it. So they're there to help. So if anything goes wrong at any of those kiosks, if someone has a question, if someone didn't register and needs to do that or fix something on the name tag, that person is there. And that person also takes the time to train the check-in staff desk. So this is our badge. So we had, this fun plastic on the bottom, and then what's printed is the little sticker. It's a clear sticker that goes on top. So that was really easy too. If mistakes happen or if you needed to reprint something, you can still utilize the underlying badge. But first name, last name, and our rule of thumb is we want people to be able to read someone's name from across the room. So that's always the biggest and boldest thing on the badge. And then we have job title, closely followed by the company name, which again, bolded because that's important. And then for our retailers that are traveling from across the country, we include their state, and then pronouns, which is optional depending on attendee preference. One thing we learned was it's important to have all the information on both sides of your badge, or have it more than just a 1 clip, have a 2 clip, because everybody's badges are flipping. So that was something we're fixing for 2025 because we only did 1-sided last year. In regards to saying what the event is on the badge, we have it very small because really the design is what ties it to the overall theme of the event. So we don't make that very big because that's not the most important part. We want to know who that person is so we can quickly see and connect with them. I would say most people don't notice a good badge, but a bad badge can make a big difference. A good badge really should be pretty unnoticeable, but give you the information you need. If it's taking away from the information that's on the badge, then I would say that's probably not a good thing. It's impossible to lose with on-site badge printing. It will save you time and energy and mental well-being if you do it on site. Your attendees can tell what you're putting time and efforts and improvements into. And their first experience of your conference or of your event is that check-in moment. And then it gives you a good stepping stone for future years. So you can work on your design and really get that down the next year once you have the bedrock of the new technology in place or the new process. So it really only will help you move up, and it will make a big difference in your attendees' experience as that first touch point of your event.